Said, sir, can we start? Can we start? Anurag sir, can we start?
Hi, we are just waiting for Kapil to join.
Okay,
Slightly unwell under weather. Karan
no
is
worries.
just checking with Kapil. If in case he will not be joining in 2 minutes, then I can start and Kapil can join in too.
Okay, please let me know, sir.
Sure. I think in the interest of time, we can start. Kapil may join very soon. Karan?
Yeah, uh, the operator is he's here. So what will I hope
Can I start,
I'm
sir?
on. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the third day of Bharat Conference. This is Abhishek Jain. I am Head of Research and Director Institution Business, Arihant Capital. I welcome you all to the call of Unicommerce Limited. With us, we have Mr. Anurag Mittal, CFO of the company, and and also from the IR team, we have Miss Disha Shah and Karan Thakkar. Without taking much more time, I am handing over to the management. The flow of the Before I hand over the call to the management, I will lay out the flow of the event. We'll have a opening remark or a small update about the company, so that 15-20 minutes, and then we move to the Q&A round, so that people can aware about the company, because there are few new investors are also there. Uh, any participants who like to ask the question can raise their hands or put them in chat box. Also, uh, there are few questions have been sent by some of the analysts. Because of compliance reason, they cannot participate in this. If time persists, I'm going to take those questions also. Now I'm handing over to the Anurag sir.
Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you very much for the introduction. Good afternoon, all. Sorry for the delay. Kapil is slightly under weather. He may join us very soon. Just to give some about myself, I am Anurag Mittal, Chief Financial Officer of the company, having 20 plus years of experience, chartered accountant. I started my career doing articles from Deloitte Huskin and Sells, worked with PricewaterhouseCoopers, Nokia. Paytm, and then joined Snapdeal, that is a Vector Group, and joined Unicommerce in 2022 as a CFO. Just to begin with and giving you a brief background about the company, we are running this company from last 10 years, and one of our biggest strength is the stability of our leadership team. Many of us at the leadership level have spent more than 10 years either in the company or in the group. In fact, I, Anurag Mittal, Chief Financial Officer of the company, did more than 10 years with group itself, and Kapil Makhija, our Managing Director and CEO, have completed 10 years with company Unicommerce last quarter itself. This company got acquired in 2015 by Snapdeal, it is Ace Vector Group. And currently, our promoter and promoter group, which includes Ace Vector, Kunal Behl, and Rohit Bansal, in their aggregate level, owns 38% in the company. The second largest shareholder is SoftBank, who owns 16% in the company, Nishik Fund. And the subsequent shareholders, the other shareholders includes the mutual fund, retail investors, as well as employee shareholders. This is the brief about the company and the corporate structure. I will now take you through about the products of the company. Drisha, we can move to the subsequent slides. Thank you. Unicommerce offers extensive suite of AI-enabled SaaS products across e-commerce value chain through 3 platforms. Platform is ConvertWay, which deals into a pre-purchase journey. The second platform is Uniware, which is a transaction processing layer. And a third platform is Shipway, which is the order fulfillment layer. The company started with its flagship platform, which is Uniware, that is a transaction processing layer, a middle layer that typically, while you as a consumer order a product online, you see a brand, a website on one hand, on which you go and place the order, which is essentially named as customer engagement layer. On the other hand, you see a delivery boy bringing a package to your doorstep, which is known as order fulfillment. And anything happens between these 2 points is the transaction processing layer, for which we have a product as Uniware, which is a middle layer that you see here. Uniware is a latest product in this ecosystem, and we process more than billion of transactions annually. Uniware is the only profitable player among the top 5 competitors and only listed player in this ecosystem. We have recently acquired a company named as Shipway, and Shipway has 2 products, ConvertWay and Shipway. Shipway plays in a courier aggregation space. They aggregates the entire logistics supply. And when a brand has to ship a product to the end customer, they uses the tech solutions to figure out the right logistic partner is for the first mile pickup and last mile delivery. At the same time, ConvertWay is one of the product which is a marketing automation tool and plays in a pre-purchase journey. In fact, ConvertWay is a product which plays in a pre-purchase journey, and both Uniware and Shipway, these are 2 products which deals in post-purchase journey. Just to highlight that Uniware is a product which was built in-house and an organic development of our company. At the same time, ConvertWay and Shipway are the inorganic acquisitions of the company. This is the product landscape largely. I will now take you through about our customer profiles. Dirsha, next slide. Customer profiles. Thank you. Unicommerce serves a diverse base of 7,000 plus clients, and our platform is sector and scale agnostic. We work with clients like fashion, footwear, accessories, to electronics, to home services, to pharma, nutrition, and medical. Our platform is flexible enough to process millions of transactions for the enterprise clients in a month to the SMB clients processing hundreds and thousands of transactions in a month. As at Q1 FY26, we work with 7,174 marquee clients who uses Unicommerce e-commerce tech stack. Now I will take you through about the TAM of the company. The TAM of our company is more than $1 billion plus. Now it's important for us to understand the TAM of all the individual products what we discussed in the previous slide. Starting with the TAM of our core product, which is Uniware, which is a transaction processing layer what we discussed. The TAM of this Uniware is $260 million. And as per our internal estimate, 85% of the overall market still operates on Excel or manages through their manual operations. And this is because of the nuances of the e-commerce market. What are the nuances? The nuances are like the e-commerce market has three models. The first model is outright model. In this outright model, it is the platforms, particularly Flipkart or Amazon, who purchases the inventory from the brands directly. This model is as good as a Cloudtail type of model. The second model is fulfilled by model. In this model, it is the brand who keeps their inventory either with Flipkart or Amazon, and it is the responsibility of these marketplaces to ensure the customer experience and to fulfill the order of customer through the inventory kept in their homes. In both these models, it is the brand who ends up locking their inventory with either of these channels. The third model is the dropship model. In this dropship model, it is the brand who manages the end-to-end customer experience. It is the brand who fulfill the demand of the customer from the inventory from their own warehouse. And this is particularly a model which is very relevant from a Unicommerce standpoint because it gives an opportunity to brand to push the common pool of inventory across the multiple channels. Just to highlight, in this dropship model used to be in the range of around 10-12% pre-pandemic, but post-pandemic, the salience of this dropship model has increased to 50%. As I mentioned, 85% of the market is non-serviceable because they operate on Excel and manuals. 50% is a serviceable market. And considering 15% of 216 million, it is around 45 million approximately. And out of that, we process around 15 to 20 million of the market, which means we are managing a volume of around 45 to 50% in this market. The TAM of our second product, which is Shipway, which is our courier aggregation space, is 470 million. And the market is structured in a way that around 150 million of the market is managed by one of the largest player, which is ShipRocket. And the entire residual market is being spread across the small different players. And we did this acquisition in Q3 FY25. We thoroughly discussed and evaluated the advantages with Shipway and Unicommerce. So we came across with three strategic advantages along with Shipway. The strategic advantages we thought for is that Unicommerce serves more than 1,000 enterprise clients individually. And once we provide the access of these 1,000 clients to Shipway, this will definitely going to accelerate our GTM motion. Second strategic advantage, a reputational lift. Unicommerce is a listed player, dominant player in this market. We manages more than 50% of the e-commerce volume through our portal. And we are the player, the long-lasting player from last 10 years, serving more than 7,000 clients by now. And we believe that this reputational lift will definitely going to accelerate the GTM motion for Shipway again. While we acquired Shipway, the overlap with Shipway and Unicommerce was less than 5%. By Q1 FY26, this overlap has already increased to more than 10% by now. And this is what we are getting a strong kind of benefit with these kind of integrations. The third strategic advantage what we evaluated is a comprehensiveness in the tech stack itself. What we understand and what we feel that in India and in the emerging markets, brands wanted to keep everything under single umbrella. They know the nuances if in case they keep their tech stack under different vendors, because they have faced if keep their tech stack under three different vendors, then if something goes wrong, vendor A blames vendor A, vendor A blames vendor B keeps blaming vendor A, and it's the end of the day, it's the brand whose operations got hit. And that is the reason brands always wanted to have one single neck to catch. And that is the reason we wanted to offer our neck to get catched. And all of these strategic advantages at an aggregate level will really give a strong push to Shipway to become a meaningful number two in the market in a very short duration of time. The TAM of our complementary products is around 420 million, and in this complementary products, we are covering B2B and Unireco kind of offerings. I wanted to take some to explain you the Unireco as a product as well. This is one of the product which we were building in FY25. We capitalized near about 0.9 crore in FY25 for Unireco. We commercially launched Unireco in June 2025. What does Unireco do? Unireco does the reconciliation across the marketplace platforms. And you have to see, and this is one of the product which is very important, very relevant for the CFO function. And while understanding this product, you have to understand the things more from the eyes of CFO. Because while as a CFO, we have to maintain our financial statements, we have to ensure certain financial statement assertions at the same time. The most important and relevant financial statement assertions for us is to ensure the completeness and accuracy. And keeping these two financial statement assertions in mind, we write this particular product. What does this product does? That when we ship a product from our warehouse to the customer, it becomes very important for us to ensure that whether the product has been delivered to the end customer or where the product is in terms of the entire journey, whether the product has reached back to my warehouse or not. This kind of visibility takes a lot of time because our supply chain teams, finance teams takes a lot of time to do this reconciliation, and all these reconciliations happens manually and takes a lot of time. Secondly, what happens if anyone has any experience relating to that? What we have seen and what brands also complain that generally marketplaces change their commercials overnight and simply send a notification that your commercials got revised from 25% to 27% with effect from XX date. This information generally reaches either to business teams or supply chain teams, and most of the time business teams and supply chain teams also ignores these notifications because these come simply as either a notification as an email, notification as a banner on the portal itself. And this information reaches very late to the finance team. So this tool will really help you to reconcile your numbers and understand that because this mechanism has already built 25% in this system. And if marketplaces are charging 27%, the 2% will be easily thrown by this system. And that will help you to understand, get into a very relevant dialogue with the marketplaces that on what basis you guys have changed the commercial while we agreed some different commercials in the beginning or the start of the business for the fiscal year itself. The third most important relevant use case for this product is that generally marketplaces gives a very limited time frame of some 7 to 15 days to raise a complaint for any wrong product received or any kind of issues you have relating to a particular product you ship to the consumer. 7 to 15 days is like so too small time frame in which it is not practically possible for doing a reconciliation and raising a complaint on a tool itself, on their portal itself. Now, this is something which is possible having our tool in place. With Unireco, you can simply on a press of button, raise a ticket on the portal of marketplaces and raise your concern. And all of these things put together will actually help you to avoid your losses in the financials and improve the productivity and efficiency of your business. This is what I have briefly explained about the Unireco. In fact, while we commercially launched this product in June 2025 itself, we have started receiving a very good traction from the market. In fact, in one of the client who is actually a paying customer, paying 1 lakh rupees of MRR, have actually gained more than 5 lakh rupees of benefit out of using this particular Unireco as a tool. Just to recap, for the TAM itself, we explained the TAM of our core product, which is Uniware, a transaction processing layer, is 260 million. The TAM of our second product, which is Shipway, which deals into the courier aggregation space, is around 470 million. And the TAM of our complementary product offerings are 420 million. At an aggregate level, the TAM is more than $1 billion. Disha, you can move to the next slide. These are certain key highlights what we shared with the market for quarter one FY26. I will cover the financials in the subsequent slide, but I will take you through certain operational key highlights of quarter one FY26. In quarter one FY26, our international operations, which trends around 3 to 5% of the overall revenue, has achieved the operational profitability. Second, we commercially launched this Unireco, which I have recently explained. In quarter one FY26, our Uniware has reached to 1 billion annual transaction run rate. So, in fact, this 1 billion used to be in the previous quarters, used to be at a run rate of festival quarters. And in quarter one FY26, we have actually matched FY25 festive quarter run rate itself in the quarter one. Our acceleration on the client acquisitions has improved a lot in quarter one. And in fact, we did good acquisitions in quarter one. We did 88 acquisitions, almost one acquisition on a daily basis kind of run rate. I will explain this in the subsequent slide. And we also continuously enhancing our platforms using AI, etc. We have a couple of slides in the deck we'll cover in the subsequent slide. So, quarter one, I'm pleased to report the financials for quarter one FY26. Quarter one FY26 marks a good start both for revenue and continuous improvement in our profitability. During quarter one FY26, our revenue from operations increased by 63.6% year over year and reached to 449 million. This 449 million of revenue also includes 172 million of revenue contributed by Shipway. On account of our profitability has increased by 112% in quarter one FY26, reached to 94.7 billion, with the margin expansion from 16.3% to 21.1%. So this increase in the profitability is because of continuous focus on the cost discipline, operating leverage from Uniware, and operating profitability from Shipway. While I'm talking about Shipway, I also wanted to highlight a couple of facts about Shipway. So while we acquired this Shipway in quarter 3 of FY20, Shipway was reporting losses. Shipway was at a run rate of 40 crore of approximately at a revenue run rate of 40 crore rupees ARR. In quarter 4 FY26, if you remember, we reported 178 million of revenue. We have reached to adjusted EBITDA break-even in quarter 4 FY25. But quarter 1 FY26 is the first quarter where we have reported adjusted EBITDA of 34 lakh rupees in this business. And we have reached to PAT break-even. In fact, we have reported positive PAT in quarter 1 FY26. And it is in the first time in the history of Shipway Technology that we have reached to PAT positive numbers. What we have done, what we have changed in Shipway Technology, in fact, we have not only focused in terms of improving our revenues, etc. We did a lot of revenue enhancements in last few quarters. Our revenue, as I mentioned, our revenue run rate has increased from 40 crore of revenue run rate to some 70-80 crore, already 80 crore plus of revenue run rate for this fiscal year. We have also focused in terms of doing a strong rate negotiation with the courier partners. We leverage our group relationship also, doing strong rate negotiation with these courier partners because Snapdeal and Aspector is dealing with most of the logistic partners from the AGs by now. And also we consolidated a lot of our corporate cost, etc., which help us to reduce our indirect cost. All of these things put together actually helped us to deliver 34 lakh rupees of adjusted EBITDA and PAT break-even in quarter 1 FY26. Also, if you guys have studied our quarter 4 numbers for Shipway versus quarter 1 number of Shipway, in quarter 4 FY25, we reported 178 million of revenue in Shipway, but in quarter 1 FY26, we reported 172 million of revenue. There is a decline in revenue by 6 million, but at the same time, we have improved our profitability significantly from 5 lakh rupees of adjusted EBITDA in quarter 4 FY25 to 34 lakh rupees of adjusted EBITDA in quarter 1 FY26. What we have done because it's the first quarter. In fact, quarter 4 was the first quarter. Quarter 1 is the second quarter after acquisition. We did a lot of deep dive into the system. And what we have done, we have churned out the negative gross margin customers to which eventually helped us to improve significantly in quarter one FY26 as compared to quarter four FY25 with a small decline in a revenue factor. Coming on a profit after tax in quarter one FY26, our profit after tax grew by 10.8% year over year and reached to 38.9 billion, reporting 8.7% to the revenue from operations. Because we did this acquisition in quarter three FY25, and you guys must be well aware of that, while we did any M&A and did any complete our business acquisitions, what we have to do, we have to actually, in fact, we have to segregate and split the overall value into different components like technology, customer enhancements, customer branding, customer contracts, etc. And the residual value is something which we have to park it under goodwill. So while we have actually acquired this technology in quarter three FY25, the amortization and depreciation was charged on a estimated useful life of 3 years because this technology is slightly old. And that is the reason we took the hit of near about 3.4 crore of depreciation amortization in quarter one FY26, which eventually resulted to a decline in a PAT. So if you see our operational PAT after removing this particular non-cash amortization and depreciation spend, then our operational PAT is 63.7 million, which is up by 81.5% on a year-on-year basis. Just to again give a extended version to it, we were also building Uniship, if you remember, because we highlighted Uniship as a product which was truly focused on the enterprise side of the business in FY25. In fact, in quarter four FY25, we transferred this Uniship technology to Shipway in quarter four FY25, and we are in a process of integrating this technology. In fact, this is a very advanced technology in terms of supporting the enterprise base of client and more focused on the AI standpoint, etc. Once we integrate this technology with Shipway in quarter two of FY26, the useful life of the overall technology will improve from 3 years to 8 years, because this is the technology which is going to provide us the enduring benefit over a period of time. We are in a discussion with the auditor as well as the chartered engineers who will actually evaluate this particular technology. The basic sense we are getting from them is like the amortization will increase from 3 years to life will increase to 3 years to 8 years. And that is why that 3.3 crore of depreciation, what we considered as a hit in quarter one FY26, will reduce substantially over a period of time. This is the financials. Moving to the subsequent slide. As I mentioned, in fact, the onboarding for new clients remain very strong. We onboarded 88 new clients in quarter one FY26. Some prominent names we have highlighted here basis of the clients' consent received in quarter one FY26. Certain clients include Sajanta, Rupa, Super U, Rich Look, Lakaste, Himalaya, Eat Better, etc. And subsequent quarters also, we are also getting a good pipeline for onboarding in the subsequent quarters. As I mentioned, in fact, our company's focus is very well on implementing more and more technology and also focusing on AI. And the era of AI, it's become very important for us to actually think more from the AI and technology standpoint. This is what we as a company, both for all three products, Uniware, Shipway, and ConvertWay, we are focusing upon. So this is a slide which addresses particularly about the AI and the kind of technology enhancements we are doing in a Uniware as a product. So a couple of enhancements we have done. I spoke about Eco. We have already launched Unico, receiving a very good traction in the market. We have also introduced and enhanced our B2B workflows. And this B2B workflows are eventually helping our clients to improving their efficiencies and the fill rates. We have done a lot of integrations with the quick commerce. Now we have onboarded with almost all the quick commerce in quarter four and quarter one FY26. We have introduced Blink Mode, which eventually help us to reduce a lot of time and time in dispatches and delivery, and also improve the order and return management, which eventually help the company for the brands for improving the product landscape. Moving to the next slide on a Shipway. Shipway, as I mentioned, in fact, we have started integrating this particular product, which we took from Uniship. We are in a process of integrating and focusing more from the technology and AI standpoint. In quarter one, we have released certain features like Luca and AI support chatbot. This is a very important chatbot from the customer standpoint because it's not possible for providing the real-time customer success support to all the customers, more than 7,000 customers we have. So this chatbot is going to use the AI and technology to help us, help our brands to know and keep tracking their or understanding the RTOs, the COD remittance queries, etc. can be now addressed by Luca AI support chatbot itself. In fact, in quarter one FY26, we have also implemented our Oracle, and our quarter two numbers will be now reported from the Oracle, both for Shipway and Uniware. We already have more than 200 plus courier integrations and other things. In quarter one FY26, we have expanded our courier network, leveraging Shipway relationships, and again, which is actually helping us to increase outreach to the overall ecosystem. And similarly, we have improved and enhanced our UX and workflows in quarter one FY26. ConvertPay is a marketing automation tool. As I mentioned, this is a small tool at this moment of time, but at least we have a footprint now in a pre-purchase of the overall e-commerce ecosystem. And this is a good tool. Many of the clients are receiving a lot of efficiency using the ConvertPay. It's a marketing automation tool. But we have done certain product enhancement initiatives in quarter one, specifically related auto retry for WhatsApps. We actually send the notifications, marketing notifications and utility notifications either through WhatsApp as well as the SMS. So auto retry for WhatsApp is something which has significantly in the deliverability rate customers and for our brands, which is definitely going to help them during this festive season. We have also integrated certain payment collection mechanisms, etc. with them, and have strengthened our operation and support also, which is helping us to again improve productivity through product enhancement using the AI and automations on this platform. Though we we spend some money on the marketing, which is very important for any business to do actually. But we does this marketing in a very different way. We have conducted certain offline events. We did event in Ecom where most of the brands attends these events. In fact, we have done this event in Jaipur. We have also conducted certain online webinars which help us to understand more about the challenges of the e-commerce, quick commerce, and how we can resolve those challenges for our customer. And these kind of online guidance and technical stuffs we keep on sharing with our customers and also prospective customers, which actually help us to improve our GTM motion again. Next slide, Trisha. In fact, this quarter one FY26, we have received a Best SaaS Retail Enabler Award from IRIC D2C India 2025. Next slide, Disha. It is important to educate the people because, as I mentioned, specifically in the Uniware side, 85% is something people are still using the manual Excels and operating manually. So so it's a very innovative style we have implemented in quarter one FY26 where we have started publishing books in a form of comics. So comics is something we all have read when we used to kids. So these comics will actually help to understand that what are the operational challenges. Sometimes we are facing the operational challenges, but we never realize this is the operational challenge what we have to solve for the customers and for our as a brand itself. So this, if you have gone through our website or you see our LinkedIn, you will find these comics on the portal, which you must definitely read, and you will understand that how we have actually explained them, what kind of challenges the brands and our clients, the brands faces, and how we are actually solving the problems for them. So this is how we have introduced. We keep on investing our time taking some testimonials and podcast. In fact, Kapil did podcast with the founder of Dr. Vaidya, Arun Vaidya, and also did podcast with co-founder of Best Life, Raj Vikram Gupta, and also co-founder of Tarya, Saloni Anand. So these kind of innovative marketings we keep on doing, spending less money and more returns out of this marketing. These are certain key performance indicators we delivered in quarter 1 FY26. So financially, numbers we have largely covered. Karan, by any chance, Kapil joined us. Can we check?
No, but I think
Okay. So
we
Abhishek,
can
what we
start.
can do, I can first cover the financial side of questions, etc. We have dropped the message to Kapil if he can able to make it out. After that, we'll cover the other questions, whatever the investor side.
Fair enough, sir. So the first question is, sir, what is the cost structure of Shipway, by the way, GM and PAT, and what is the nature of the cost? How you should take it forward?
So Abhishek, thank you asking this question. I think I should have covered this particular question in the presentation deck itself. So I'll not address this question from only from a Shipway standpoint. I'll try to address this question both for Uniware and Shipway because we anyways have three products in the overall ecosystem. So if we talk about Uniware first, we have high gross margin while in Uniware. We have high gross margin of 80%, near about 80% in the Uniware itself. In fact, 78.6% of the gross margin we are consistently delivering from last so many quarters. And how we have arrived to this 78.6%, we have adjusted server hosting expenses, software expenses, and people support cost attributable to business operations. Uh, if you guys have got a chance to have a discussion or see the gross margin competitors, you will find that the while computing the gross margins at a competitor end, they generally do consider the people who cost attributable to business operations. But despite of taking the ultra conservative view, adjusting this people support cost attributable to business operations, our gross margins are too high, around 78.6%. Below the gross margins, we do investments. In fact, we incur the cost largely towards research and development. We do towards sales and marketing and G&A activities. Research and development is important to highlight because research and development. So what all enhancements etc. we do as a company, we charge off in our P&L account as research and development. If in case we are actually developing, designing a different distinct product altogether, then only we go and capitalize the product. Otherwise, we expense of everything. Any enhancements we do, as I mentioned about 2B enhancements we did, etc. We did lot of quick commerce enhancements during this quarter. We charged off everything as a research and development expenses in the financial statements. So after adjusting research and development, G&A and S&M, we arrive to adjusted EBITDA. Below adjusted EBITDA, we have ESOP expenses, depreciation to arrive at PBT and then tax and then PAT. Coming to the gross margin of Shipway. Our gross margin in Shipway is around 20% plus. And similarly, courier direct cost, server cost, software cost, etc. And once we arrived at this 20% of the gross margin, that we adjust again the people cost and G&A and S&M to arrive at PBT. Below PBT to arrive at adjusted EBITDA, we have delivered 34 lakh rupees of adjusted EBITDA in quarter 1 FY26. And below the adjusted EBITDA, we have ESOP expenses, depreciation to arrive at PBT and PAT. This is how it works. So over of time, so the second question is about I will not able to share the guidance how the things will flow, but I can give you a very indicative response to it because as I mentioned that we are operating already on a high gross margin of 80% plus. Uniware is one of our product which will definitely help us, which can be considered as a profitable engine for us. Shipway is a product which will help us, it will be considered as a revenue engine for us, right? So more and more revenue we keep on adding in a Uniware as a product because of its high gross margin, operating leverage is too high. So any money we add in the top line will, the 80% of that the money will flow in the bottom line directly because large part of the investments in the Uniware anyways we have done in the previous years as well as the quarters, and no more large investments we are planning in Uniware because it is already a very mature product now. And this is how we estimate definitely our profitability will be on a upward trajectory in the subsequent quarters.
Next question, I would like to Mr. Piyush Narang. Piyush, you can ask your question and keep your question to one only.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Piyush.
Hi, Anurag. So my first question goes for ConvertWay.
Piyush,
Uh,
please keep your question to one only. It's a request.
oh, okay. So for ConvertPay, are we monetizing it? What's the product roadmap looking like? Like when we'll be in a position to monetize the product, or are we looking at an acquisition to really help to get market of pre-purchase? I just wanted to know our stance there or how we are going about it.
So Piyush, if you, I think you have asked two, three questions in one single question here. Try to address this question. In fact, if you see our product landscape, we have ConvertPay as a pre-purchase, we have transaction processing as a Uniware, we have a Shipway as a order fulfillment as a layer. So we are well placed in transaction processing layer as a middle. We are well placed in the order fulfillment layer, having a Shipway in place. Pre-purchase, there are so many white spaces in the pre-purchase spaces. ConvertPay is just a entry, a foot in the door in this overall ecosystem. We will definitely going to make ConvertPay also big. We have already started working on increasing because earlier this product had not too much focused from a client standpoint. Now we are also adding up the clients. As I mentioned, Uniware is improving our GTM motion, and Shipway is also growing. ConvertPay is also growing because the same clients, in fact, the clients who are using Uniware are also now using Shipway, and now Shipway clients are also using ConvertPay, which will definitely improve the monetization factor for ConvertPay over a period of time. As far as M&A, etc. is concerned, there are a lot many cases in the pre-purchase journey. We have enough cash in bank. In fact, if you have seen our financials, while we started last year, we started with 70 crore of cash. We funded this Shipway acquisition of 60 crore from the internal accrual only. And
Yeah.
despite of that, we added around 50. We already have 50 crore of cash sitting as on date. So we'll be definitely utilizing our cash over a period of time, and we'll decide how the M&As, etc. We have to think of. This is our board direction.
The next question is from Mr. Yogesh Sarode. Yogesh, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask on the ship. Sir, if we are seeing the upsell, then how many customers on the core flagship product are interested, and what's the wallet share of this product? And dealing with the industry leaders, how much of the wallet share we are targeting uh, in the shipway segment uh, for FY26 and 27?
As I mentioned, during market hours, difficult for us to give any sort of guidance, so we avoid giving any guidance to the market. But Shipway as a product, I covered a couple of points. I'll explain you again. When we acquired Shipway in quarter 3 FY25, Shipway was at a run rate of 40 crore of annual run rate. Yeah. Now the Shipway has increased annual run rate of 88 crore of run rate as a quarter 1 FY26. Our market share, our common overlap, which was less than 5%, was around 3% at a time of acquisition, has already increased to 10% plus by quarter 1 FY26. And all of these things, as I mentioned, reputational lift is one thing which is helping us to increase the market share and wallet share. The second is access to more than 1,000 enterprise clients we have, and also a comprehensive tech stack, because we have now integrations available to the customer. And once the enterprise clients is onboarding with us anywhere, either at ConvertPay, we are offering to both Uniware and Shipway, and specifically for Uniware, whenever any new enterprise clients are coming, we are offering Shipway and ConvertPay both. So that is going to improve the market share. Also, as I mentioned, Shiprocket is one of the client, with one of the company, one of the player which has 150 million of market share out of the overall TAM of 470 million. and there is no second largest player in this market. We are slowly, steadily growing and increasing, and we understand that once our GTM motion will start firing and all these strategic advantages will start giving us good returns, we have a good shot to become a meaningful number two in this industry. So market share is going to definitely increase. We can share these some specifics, more specifics with our quarter two results.
Mr. Bijal Shah, you can unmute yourself and you can ask the question.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, Pichal. Hi.
Yeah, hi. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. My question is, if I look at your numbers, uh, it seems that the entire growth has come from Shipway acquisition. So if you can give us some idea that how was the growth outside of Shipway acquisition, it will be very helpful.
How the Shipway acquisition?
No, how much was the growth outside? I mean, if I strip off revenues from Shipway in 1Q, how much was the growth outside that? If you can give us some idea.
Sure. So, Bijal, as I mentioned, quarter one FY26, we reported 449 million of revenue, in which Shipway contributed around 172 million. If we set aside 172 million of Shipway contribution, I think there was a growth of 1% only in a Uniware business. And so our growth in Uniware business is largely connected with the growth of overall e-commerce ecosystem, right? Because and how I can explain you one of this particular thing with one of the factors that because we all have seen the slowness in the growth in last few quarters in the e-commerce overall ecosystem. In fact, and that I can correlate with the NRR of the company. So NRR is one of the factor which help us to understand the growth of the company. So NRR for previous year. So in fact, in FY25, while you see Uniware grew around 10%, our NRR was 108%. And this for FY25, our NRR grew 103%. So that is the reason that the overall there is some slowness in the growth of Uniware as a product. But yes, once the growth will, because we are well committed, our ecosystem considering all the new GST initiatives, etc., and the income tax initiatives where our disposable income is increasing and the overall consumption at the end consumer and also the GDP is improving. We believe that the fire will back in the overall e-commerce ecosystem and will definitely help us to improve the growth factor for the Uniware as well. So we are very committed for the growth in the subsequent quarters.
Thank you, thank you. I have a few more. I'll join back the queue.
Shamli, you can ask your question.
Yes. So as a brand operator, just wanted to understand, what are your plans in enabling the Shipway end-to-end logistic? Let's say many brands are facing challenges with the quick commerce appointment-based deliveries. So are there any plan to own the logistic infrastructure in future via Shipway? Yeah.
So Sham, as I mentioned, as of now, we are playing in a courier aggregation space. And as I spoke about certain strategic advantages, technology comprehensiveness is one factor which I spoke about. Just to address your question, we are doing a lot of AI enhancements and also a couple of automation related enhancements. I can't able to share the plans what we are doing. We are doing a lot of things relating to the question you have asked for. We will be offering B2Ps also, will be connecting with the quick commerce also. But specific answer we'll able to answer in quarter two call. But yes, a lot of these things are in pipeline and we'll definitely address it because anyways we have to become a meaningful number two in this market. And without doing all of these initiatives, it becomes difficult to become a number two. So these initiatives will very soon be delivered from Shipway.
Thank you very much, sir. As due to time constraint, this is the last question. Any closing commentary, sir?
Abhishek, I think I've covered largely everything in the discussions. I think investors are requested to watch our quarter two numbers because this is the festival season and we are expecting festival seasons to, considering all the GST reforms, etc. We are feeling that In fact, our more than 7,000 brands clients we have, all are very excited for this season to come in. And if we see the growth in the overall e-commerce ecosystem, our numbers will also get fired. Let's watch for quarter two numbers.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Abhishek. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Recording stopped.